So my name is Joe, and we are here again on Sunday for another series of Good Vibe Sunday, and I appreciate you joining me. So this week we have another great speaker that's joining on board. Her name is Dominique, and she is an amazing woman that I recently met at another event that we both spoke at. And so she'll be coming on to talk about her as essential worker during this time, and also her success tips and her best practice on building her confidence. She's a model and she's also a natural hair enthusiast, so she does a lot of collaboration with brands. And she's also super smart, intelligent woman, full of wisdom about how she got to where she is today.
So I work in the financial industry, so it may not seem obvious, but we are considered an essential infrastructure. So I don't have a banking center, but we still have clients. I still service clients. So long story short, I work in private banking, where we service high net worth clients that are billionaires or celebrities. So, money is essential. People still need to pay. So they trust and believe. It's been a hot spot for us, especially, investments is a big part of what we do. So we all know the panic that occurred when the stock market started tumbling.
Right.
And so it's our responsibility to comfort our clients during this time and also be there for them and support them. So I work in private banking. I work more so on the operational side. So I work on the leadership team. So I did work with clients, but now I'm more so, just in operations. So that's what I do. I've been in the financial industry for about 9 years.
Congrats, girl.
Well, I was in college. So that's how I kind of was able to, build on that experience. People are usually shocked based on my age. They're like, you've been doing that for that long? But yeah, so I started in college as a teller and was blessed to be able to just move up, in different departments, and it's now with a new company. So I'm very thankful for that. And then also I've been started modeling last year.
Yes.
So I think that's probably what everyone on social media knows me for, rather than like my career stuff.
Yeah. Which modeling is your passion.
Yeah.
It's one of your passion, right? And that's something that's one of the reasons why I want you to share your experience too, is that I think when women look at other women and we see like the package, like they see your Instagram, they see, they listen to you on a podcast, they may not know about your journey, right? You didn't just wake up one day and go, hey, you know what? I feel confident. I'm going to go model. It wasn't like that, right? So yeah, talk about that journey for you and how did you get into that?
Well, I think just like anyone else, I have a passion for style as well. So I really just started taking pictures for style, like documenting my outfits. And then over time, people would just be like, I think you should model. And I was like, are you sure? I don't think so. So I've been from it for a long time. One of my girls is in here. I see a few people in here that I know. But Zinga, shout out to Zinga. I know we went to brunch one day, and she was like, you need to just own it. That's clearly something that you're meant to do. So I'll say that I started getting a lot of opportunities. And I shied away from them because I felt like, no, I'm not ready for that. Give me some more time. I wanted to work on, getting in shape, work on my body, different things. But those opportunities were coming to me as I was. So,
right. Because mentally, like many women, right, we look at our body and we're like, what do you mean you want me to model?
Yeah.
Because you have the standard in your mind, right?
Yeah. So when you think of modeling, you think of like Tyra Banks.
That's what I'm saying. You're thinking size 0, size 2, what the mainstream media preaches what beauty is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And as a minority woman myself, I know exactly what goes through your mind.
Oh yeah. And so, over time, just through social media, I was able to see other plus size models that are like, they're banging, they're gorgeous. So that also helped me, realize that it's possible. But I'll say that I eventually took on one modeling opportunity, and it was for a clothing boutique. And I said, well, let me just do it. See what this is like. And I did.
Right.
It was not easy.
Oh, you mean your first modeling gig?
Yeah, it was not.
Talk to me about that. Like, what happened? Like, when you said it, was there like, did you picture something else?
Yes, yeah. For one, it was in May in Texas.
Oh, yeah.
It was hot. It was like the 90s. We were practically about to dehydrate. The photo shoot was outdoors. So
oh my gosh, girl.
We were dying. And I mean, I probably changed into 15, 20 different looks. And mind you, this was like on Memorial Day weekend, I believe. So when I left, I came home and I was like, man, forget this. I want to go back. I went back to my 9 to 5 job where, you know, I can go to the restroom when I want to go to it. I have water. Like,
right.
You know, at my 9 to 5. But, you know, it's funny. I had this lady who was like a modeling coach in DC message me. And she,
oh, really?
how long have you been modeling? I was like, what? Girl, this is crazy. So it was just interesting to see that people just assumed that I was modeling, and I didn't have that anywhere on my Instagram. I just had my pictures. And then also, later on, I ended up booking another job for this wig line. Well, yeah, wig line here in Dallas. And
yeah,
the owner of the line, she just like fell in love with me. And not only did she fall in love with me, but she also was telling me, she was like, and I was telling her that I was in the midst of working out and doing like a workout regimen, weight loss plan. And she was like, please don't lose that much weight. And I was like, what? Crazy.
Because you didn't expect her to tell you that.
No.
You were thinking, I need to slim down and I need to tone up.
Yeah. And let me also say, she's also very beautiful herself. So it wasn't like this is just coming from someone that, I mean, she used to model too. So that was very encouraging. And then that's one of the posts I did on my Instagram at the end of the year last year. Like one of my little recaps to one of my proud moments was modeling for her, because actually she had me, the photographer was one of the like well-known photographers here in Dallas. So that was a little bit different. It was in studio, a little bit more, you know, pleasant, I'll say.
Yeah.
But that really just inspired me to keep on going. So I love it. I feel as though whenever God has for you, it will literally chase you. Like you cannot escape it. And so,
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, that's so funny that you said that today. Yeah. I was in my meditation this morning and I was praying, and that same message kept coming to me this week.
Yeah.
And for me, it was, what's for you can't pass you.
That is the truth. It's the truth. It will literally chase you down. So I'm telling you, I ran from like 5 different opportunities.
For modeling.
Yeah. Before I took that one on Memorial Weekend where I almost like dehydrated.
Where you almost fainted?
I was running and God was like, girl, this is something you need to be doing. So I feel like, and I look at it as beyond beauty. I feel like he wants me to do something for, you know, someone. And I have a lot of women that approach me and they say, oh my gosh, you just make me feel, you know, beautiful. Just a simple fact that, you know, you're not super slim. So
right. That's what I'm saying. You're representing a huge demographic of women out there who are absolutely beautiful. But they don't fall into that mainstream beauty standard. Yeah. Right? Like I'm from Hong Kong myself. I grew up in Hong Kong, and when I came here to America, I talked a little bit about this, like when I was on an interview last time, where I was bullied all the time. You know, because like, I mean, like people look at me now and they're like, there's no way you were bullied. Yeah. I'm like, yes, I was made fun of because of my eyes. I used to hate my lips, girl.
Whenever you came to America, they were okay.
Yeah, like when I came, like I was like 14, and I was a first generation immigrant. All the boys in my school did not fall for girls like me.
Yeah. Was it like a predominantly white or?
Actually, I was in New York.
Oh wow!
So where I lived in Brooklyn was actually like the majority was Italian at the time in the neighborhood that I lived in. But I went to school in a very diverse setting. I mean, it's Brooklyn, right? So there were all different denominations. But the thing is that I just never felt, it was me. I never felt like anybody would want to talk to me because I was constantly being made fun of by these group of girls. I just didn't feel like anybody would take an interest in me. It was in my head because of how people treated me. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying, that seeing other women like yourself gives you that extra boost to say, wait, maybe I could do this, you know?
Yeah, and that's usually the feedback I get. So, you know, I'm just going to keep on pushing. It's clearly.
Yes, girl.
So.
I love it. So I know you're also, besides being a model and being in the finance industry, I know that you also sit on the board of Lean in Dallas.
Yes. So
tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so it's a women's nonprofit organization here in Dallas. It's founded based off of the Lean In book by Sheryl Sandberg. So I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's a book that was really popular early 2000s because it was very groundbreaking.
Yes.
It talked about, you know, women's experience in the workplace. So just being in male-dominated rooms, being in male-dominated industries.
In there.
Yes, in the experience. So it all started from that. So it's really an international organization, but I represent the Dallas chapter. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
And one thing that's different about it, which I really like, is it's very big on diversity. So you have women of all ages can join. So it's not like it's just for young professionals or anything like that. Literally women from all, and of course women from all different races. So of course we can learn a lot from being involved in organizations that are, you know, for our demographic, whether it's like Black or professional or Asian, you would probably enjoy that. But one thing that I do like about it, and I will say that I am involved in Black organizations as well, but one thing I do like about it is the simple fact that you can learn from everybody. There's so many women that I've learned from that are Asian or older, that are, you know, are older. We all have a similar experience, you know what I mean? We're all women at the end of the day. So we all have a similar experience. We all can learn from one another. And so that's what I love the most about it.
No, that's great. Tell me something that you didn't expect to, like you said you learn a lot from the women. And I know that from when I worked in the corporate America world and I was in those groups with the leading groups and we were all reading the book together, we talked a lot about mentorship, right? Yeah. And I feel like the Lean in Dallas group is definitely aligned with mentorship. Talk to me about an experience where you didn't expect to get out of that group, right? Because when you went in and you joined, you probably had one expectation, but it probably really surprised you. I know you share a couple of those with me personally, but tell me about that.
One thing that really surprised me was that a lot of the things that I was thinking myself as a young woman were going through the same exact thing, or they were having a experience, whether it was trying to prove yourself to your leaders or also being a woman and thinking about, you know, how to balance your life, you know, your personal life. So, you know, with women, I think one difference between men and women is a man, he can go to work, the boss, be the executive at the company, but his wife is usually at home, you know, cooking dinner and taking care of the kids.
Schoolwork.
I hear some of my leaders, they'll be like, oh yeah, my wife just called me, it's like 12 o'clock, she wants to know what I made for dinner, and I'm like, what? Meanwhile, you know, the other women that are in our office are high powered, I mean, you know, successful, they're like, I've got to run, you know, 5 o'clock, I've got to run to prepare dinner and stuff. So
that was me.
So it's like we just have a different experience.
It is.
You know, and so we need to be able to talk to each other and also encourage one another along that way, because I believe it's possible to do both. It's not going to be easy, but it's possible, you know.
You know, coming from the perspective of a mother, I'm going to change my stance on, I used to think that I can do all of it.
Yeah.
But girl, that's just because I didn't have a kid.
Yeah.
I also think that it's the person. I think that there's no right or wrong answer. See, that's the thing that I'm learning, is that when pre-child, when I used to be in the lean-in group at my work, I did have this set up in my mind where once I had a kid, it was going to be like this. Obviously, reality sets in after I had a kid, and I'm like, wait, I can't do everything. But now I do meet women, however, who are on the other side of me, on the other side of the table, and she is doing it all. Okay? Yeah. So I just want to say that it doesn't make me any less than she is, because I don't know how content she is. You see what I'm saying? I think this is so tricky for us to say this. We look at other women and we go, oh, look at her. She's got it all. Like, she's doing it. We have no idea what this woman is thinking.
Yeah. I think what comes with that is basically doing what's best for you. I know.
Yes.
One of my colleagues, like, she has, her parents live with her. So, and she has like 5 kids.
Wow. Oh, girl. I need a drink just hearing that, because I just can't. I have one and I'm struggling. Okay. Like, I'm struggling, but I'm very honest. You know, everybody is different.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think that, but here's the thing is, I think that you hear where men they may choose a male candidate over a female candidate because they're concerned about how she can, or vice versa.
Right.
So you know, it's just realizing that stereotype is out there, but we can encourage each other along the way.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, I think you bring up a really good point, saying that a lot of other women are thinking the exact same thoughts. We always think that we're alone, and we always think that we're the only one who feel insecure. But the fact of the matter is, we all feel that way.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, so like when I tell people that I get down on myself sometimes and I get insecure, people are like, wait, Joe, you? I'm like, yes, I'm still human.
Yeah, you still have moments of self-doubt, you know. It's just a part of being a human being, like you said.
Yeah, for real. So what other tips that you can share with us about finding your confidence at work, right? Finding the confidence in what you do every day. Like you said, being in a male dominant industry.
Yes. So I have a few tips. I'll just kind of run through them, but I'll say that, it can apply to every aspect of your life, whether it's on the job, with your family, because I know for me, I'm the youngest of four and I have big sisters that are much older than me. So
Wow.
being the baby, sometimes they can act like they're my mom, and I have to stay my ground, even to my sisters. So, me building some confidence to be able to, be strong in that sense. So with family, with friends, and your loved ones.
Right.
So, and I also took some notes because I didn't want to miss anything.
Yeah.
I didn't, because I know people are like taking time out of their day to listen, and I didn't want to miss anything. And I see a lot of people that I know.
This
so
really join.
Yes, it's a whole lot of y'all. I appreciate all the support and all these hard eyes. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, so I'll start off by saying, number one, it's important to know yourself and to be self-aware. Be very self-aware, meaning you can be aware of what your weaknesses are and your strengths are, and your flaws, because we all have them. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, whenever I sit down with my manager for my performance review, I'll be like, yeah, no, I didn't do that. And he'll be like, okay, but also I will say, don't have a whole bunch of negatives to bring to the table during your performance review. There's a lot of good things where I'm able to say, I have that leverage to be like, yeah, I may not be good at that one thing because I don't like to do it or something like that, but I'm self-aware. I know that that's my flaw. That's something I need to work on. That's where I need to grow. And I think that, and for just relationships, period, just knowing who you are will go a long way as far as how you communicate with people. If you know that you have some kind of like insecurity, be aware of that. Know that for yourself. And so that you can address it accordingly. So you can take, a couple steps back before you overreact or whatever. So I think that's super important to know who you are and be very aware of yourself, because whenever you know who you are, that'll definitely help build up your confidence. You're like, okay, well, I know that this is who I am. And so people just have to deal with it, or you can grow in different areas and improve in different areas. So that's one. The second one, create a strong support system is super important. I think that sometimes it's easy for us to say, oh, I don't have that many friends, or I don't have a good relationship with my family, but you can actually create a strong support system with people that that you just meet and interact with. And I'll say that creating a strong support, whenever you do create a strong support system, make sure it's with people that are like-minded. Yes. Make sure that y'all, if you're a really driven person, y'all are really goal-oriented, you're really ambitious, you want to have people that have that same kind of mindset. You don't have to be the same thing, but y'all should be just, working towards something, because it helps a lot. Because I have several friends where, we're all working towards something, but we're always, showing support to one another and, building each other up, as opposed to sometimes, you can have a friend or a relative that are, saying negative things or trying to, put you down. So you don't want that. You want to create a really
surround yourself. Yeah.
That is.
And you know what? I also want to add something too, because like whenever we talk about strong support systems, I always hear women say like, oh, it's so hard to meet people that are like-minded. And you know what, guys? I agree to a certain extent, because there was a point in my life where I felt like it was hard to find people that were like-minded with me, that are in alignment with how I want to live my life. But what I've realized through my own self-awareness is that sometimes we have to put ourselves out there.
Yes.
Right? Like this is, and I want to say this because we don't ever want to think that it's us, but we have a huge part to play in it. Like in the past, I was very afraid to trust other women. I went through a part of my life where I had trust issues with women. So where if I meet a group of women, instead of reaching out and saying, hey, let's go grab a coffee, grab a tea, I would just withdraw, right? Because I just assumed that I didn't want to get hurt. So like how we met, right? Like I love the fact that we were able to like meet at an event, and we went and grabbed something to eat, and we extended that conversation. We got to know each other, we spoke with each other. I think, you just have to put yourself out there, guys, whether it's social media or going to a networking group that you have a similar hobby. You just got to step out there. It's just kind of like dating, right? Kind of like dating. You just got to put yourself out there. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, it's similar like that to friends. And I will never forget, you inviting us to lunch definitely changed the whole day for all of us. So many good relationships just for me being like, hey, let's go to lunch, you know? So
yes,
I do agree.
No
with
harm in that.
Yeah, I mean, and that kind of leads me to my next point, which is lead with love.
Yes.
If you show love, you'll get it back. I promise. And that's the experience that I've had a lot. Not that don't be like don't be fake, you know, be genuine about it. Show love to other people and they will return it back to you. I promise. So that, you know, that also goes into creating a strong support system, but also it helps build your confidence. Because I promise whenever and I'll say, I think I probably learned this just from my like career choice and dealing with clients.
Yeah.
So when they're walking up to you or they're calling you, you are approaching them with a smile. You know what I mean? You're like, hi, how are you doing today?
Yes.
And you feel so good. So that's what I'm saying, leave it up. But now if you walk around with this stank attitude and, you know, you're like.
Right? Like, you have no idea. Like, maybe your expression on your face is probably like, oh, man, we don't want to speak with her.
They're going to keep going. Oh, my gosh. And people can sense that. People can sense stank attitudes, okay?
Yes.
Stay away from that. Lead with love. And I'll say that also just in building relationships, if you show support, if it's like your company or your brand, I suppose.
Sorry, guys.
Oh,
sorry. I pressed the wrong button. I was like, wait.
It's okay. And if it's your company or your brand that you're trying to promote, you know, sometimes you can't expect people to just like promote your product for no reason. Hey,
yes.
Show love, you know, show some love to them. Notice other people first. And they'll turn right back around and support you too. But again, be genuine, you know.
Be genuine, right.
Don't be just out here complimenting folks on their shoes and dresses and you don't really like it. Like you
Right, exactly. Because like you said, people can tell when you're just being fake.
Yeah.
There was this, when I used to go to work like dressed up all the time, I remember like I would tell myself that I would give at least one compliment to someone per day. A genuine compliment, not something just to, you know, kiss ass to your boss. Like genuinely from my heart. And I'm telling you, once you start focusing on leading with love, you are going to realize that you attract those same people into your energy too. Like you'll start drawing people who are genuine too. That's the great thing about leading with love. Your energy always attracts the same people.
Yes, it does. It does. So that's why I say, like, as long as you put out that good energy, that good vibes, like, yes, as she said, sincerity is always key. Mm-hmm. It will come back to you. I promise. And to me, whenever I have to walk into a room full of people that I don't know, or I think like, oh Lord, like I don't know nobody. One time I was meeting, this guy that I was dating, I was meeting like his friends and family for the first time, and I was so nervous. I was like, okay, I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know who these people are, but girl, I just walked in there with a smile on my face, and you know, greeted everyone, and
yes,
it worked. I felt good. I felt confident, and then you know, they were also super friendly back. So smile goes a long. Positive attitude goes a long way as well.
Good, love it. So lead with love, always smile. Love that. Love that.
Yeah. And then another point I have is to set some standards of respect for yourself. Hey, Bar. Set standards of respect. So
love that.
Yeah. So I think the way that this obviously applies to relationships.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to be treated a certain kind of way, if you don't want someone yet raising their voice at you or cussing you out or, you know, putting you down, you know, set those standards of respect.
Yes.
Up front as fast as you can, so that, you know, you'll feel better about yourself, but also, you know, it's just good for the relationship and it's good to have, you got to have that confidence.
To speak up.
Yes. The confidence to speak up and just set those standards for yourself. And you would be surprised how many people, if you just say like, that's not gonna work. But don't be stank, don't be nasty.
Lead with love when you say it.
Yeah, lead with love, positive attitude. At least that's what you can do the first time. Okay.
Right.
Now if they try a few more times, you may have to like take it up a notch.
But lead with love first. We're trying to, lead with love first.
Yes. And set those standards of respect for yourself.
You know what? It's funny because like me and my girlfriend just talked about this last night. How like, because we're both dating now, and like a lot of times women,
Hi.
women expect us on an unconscious level. We expect other men to just know.
Yeah.
Right? Like, she was giving an example about how like she doesn't like being called like babe or honey. You know, like she's one of those women that doesn't like that initially. She feels that needs to be reserved for later on. And I get that. Like some women just feel like you don't need to call me that. We're not in a relationship. Yeah. But she just kind of expect the other guy to know that. And so when the guy started calling her that, she was like, oh, I need to drop this guy. And I was like, well, have you actually said to him, please don't call me honey? Like maybe that's a form of, it's a term of endearment to him. He probably doesn't try to piss you off, like, you know, on purpose.
Yeah, that's
right. See, and she's agreed. They won't know unless you tell them. Exactly. Yes. Communication. My friend, if she's on here, she'll tell you. Communication rules the nation is what she always tells me.
Yes.
So yeah, I just thought that was really funny. How we just think people should know what we think about.
Yeah, we do assume that, and you know, I think the man will appreciate it a whole lot more if you just tell him like, you know, whatever.
And that goes for work too. I really think that doesn't just, like you said, goes in relationship, but really work, right? Like, you know, I have a team that I work with, and I remember when I first started working with these new girls that came on my team for Project Beauty, everybody learns differently and everybody communicates differently. So without setting those, you know, expectations up front, speaking, this is my communication style. And a lot of times we're so used to texting now, right? That we think people just know the emotions that's on the text. You know what, guys, if you can pick up the phone, pick up the phone. I mean, I know it sounds really like old school, but no, seriously, pick up the phone, have a conversation, let people know, especially in the beginning. I think you should always pick up the phone and let people know, hey, just by the way, in case that text came out like in a different way, this is what I mean. Boom.
Yeah. And hey, I have to do that. I have to do that at work. You know how you can have a disagreement with someone over email, and you could be like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. And as soon as you pick up the phone, hey, how are you doing? You know,
yes.
And you can get your way that way. That's secrets to getting my way on the job.
Yes. Everybody's agreeing with us. Lots of great comments. I feel like whenever we talk about relationships, right, Dominique? We talked about this on the phone. I feel like this is such a great topic. If you guys are interested in like hearing more about, we're thinking about doing a special series just on relationships. If you guys are down with that, drop some hearts. I want to see how many people are interested in hearing a series just on different perspective about the current dating life, right? I think that would be so much fun.
Yes, I think so too. So y'all just let us know if y'all are interested.
So, okay, last tip, guys. We're going to jump right back in.
Yeah, so I was just saying that just remember that whatever God brings you to, he will bring you through it. So this applied mostly to me on the job, really. You know how you get different things that come across your desk, different projects, and it may seem daunting. And okay, why are these people over here thinking that, you know, I can do this?
Yeah.
And I would naturally get nervous, and I would definitely have moments where I'm like, I don't think I need to tell them, like, this isn't for me. You need to push this to someone else. But I would always remember that whatever God would bring me to, so because since God sent this assignment to me, that means that he's given me the strength, he's given me the skills and the knowledge to be able to accomplish that task. And typically what happens is something really good ends up coming out, whether some kind of recognition or exposure to different executives, you know. So just remember, whenever you feel nervous, that whatever God brings you to, he will definitely bring you through it. And that goes, and I guess that I could also...
That's everything, girl. Yeah, for sure.
So don't get nervous. And I did hear so I was listening to a sermon this morning, and he said, you know, trials are not meant to defeat you. And I was like, oh, drop the mic. I was like, he is so right. You know, God is not up here trying to, you know, make things happen to you so that
that's right.
You know, he's actually he wants to strengthen you and make you strong and give you different experience. You know, like I'll say, you know, you just never know why everything happens the way it happens. And more than it's meant for you to make a positive impact on someone's life. So I can have an experience where, you know, I go through it, difficulty, but then I could eventually meet someone else who ends up experiencing the exact same thing. And so
that's right.
I can provide them words of encouragement because I can say, hey, look, I've been there. Trust me, I've been there. I've been in your shoes before. You can get through it. This is how I get through it. So,
Right.
so really depending on God for that sense of confidence, and that's what helps me show up every single time. And I may be so nervous on the inside, but you probably would not know. So, yeah.
I was going to say, I mean, I don't think most people will look at you from the outside and think that you struggle with confidence. No, absolutely not.
Yeah, but yeah, surprisingly, people don't think that, but I do. Like everyone else.
Like everyone else, yeah.
Yeah, just because sometimes you doubt yourself, or just insecurities, different things where you're like, you don't know if you can accomplish it based maybe someone has told you that you can't do something. And
right. It always stems from a past belief, from a past negative experience, where someone tells you that you can't do something, and now that is stuck in your mind. And every time something comes up, you're going back to that voice that you hear. That's why, like you said, is so important, just tying it back to everything you said today, is that when you have a solid foundation of who you are, when you have a solid foundation about what you expect of others and be able to speak up about it in a nice way, leading with love, not with a stank attitude, right? I think when we can step into truly who we are, confidently knowing that this is what God has brought me to, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just having faith that I'm in rooms that I'm supposed to be, right? That I'm in conversations where it's giving me favor. Like, same thing. I've been in situations before where I'm like, I shouldn't be here. But that's our own selves doubting us.
Yep. We'll tell ourselves.
We're supposed to be there. We are definitely supposed to be there. So thank you so much for joining me today, Dominique. I know that you're a busy girl, and that especially because you are still, going to work and everything. So thank you so much for giving me your time and your energy. Like I said, if you're watching this video, you can definitely catch the replay on our YouTube channel, Project Beauty DFW, and also on our website, theprojectbeauty.org. This article and the information for Dominique will be on our blog and also on YouTube. So just make sure you guys are subscribing and visiting us. And thank you so much for tuning in. Yes. Anything else you want to share before we log off for Mac?
No, thank y'all for having me, and I appreciate everyone that joined in and contributed to our conversation. I had a great time. This is fun. This is my first time going live ever. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you did it for us. And I'm definitely going to be in touch with you about, the whole relationship. And I'm still going to do my my pop-up series. Yeah. I know they don't know what I'm talking about, but that's still going to happen once all this stuff blows over and we can leave the house again and have meals outside of our house. I'm still going to bring that back. So for those of you that are wondering what the hell are we talking about, there's going to be a pop-up series that Project Beauty will be bringing to the Dallas area, where you come to a nice sit-down dinner prepared by a well-known chef who is amazing, and we're going to have topics of discussions. We're going to talk about relationship and just lay it out on the table and just talk, have a nice meal together. So, because I love having great conversations over food. Food is something that I'm very passionate about. So I just want to bring that to Dallas. So anyway, thank you guys for joining in. Like I said, join us at 8:00 in about 6 minutes for a makeup tutorial by Mac. She'll be doing an IG takeover, and she will be showing us how to get the fresh, perfect complexion for your makeup routine. So thank you guys. Have a good night. Thank you, Dominique.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.